Such an honor to meet you, honestly.
Thanks.
What does this night mean to you now that you've written the novel and that all of this is coming to life for you?
I think to me the most important thing is that when I think about how this started, it wasn't with me. It was with those brave Americans who ended up on that rooftop and their brothers who went in to rescue them, and those families back home who had no idea what was happening or how that night would end. So to have this story out there and to have the most important project in my life seen by more and to show people, the 99% who don't surf, that these are not action figures, these are not wind-up soldiers you send into battle. They're your neighbor and my neighbor, and they're real people, and they went from their minivans just weeks before to the streets of Sadr City, Iraq, and faced that day with courage and with strength and with loyalty. And I love seeing my soldiers, my families heal, the pride they have in this night, in what they did, in sharing that, and they shared the most intimate moments, the most painful moments of their life with me. And to trust me and to have it a night like this to show what that trust meant, and that those soldiers who lost their lives and those who were injured will be honored in this way.
You've done so many incredible journalistic stories. What was the thing that stood out the most about this particular occurrence? Because there's so much and so many stories to tell. Why was it this story?
I think this stood out to me because I got so close to them. I am an objective reporter except when it comes to sacrifice and service, and I am not. And getting to know these soldiers and the trust they put in me, that's what made it stand out. I couldn't just walk away. It wasn't like any other story, and I've covered very tragic stories, but what they shared with me the very first day I met them, I just listened to them. And that connection and that trust that carried over to the families stayed with me and will stay with me.
That's incredible. Did you get to be on set and throughout the whole process? What was it like seeing the actors take these soldiers to life?
Well, it started as soon as it was cast. I was, starting to get phone calls from Michael Kelly or Jeremy Sisto, who asked what the real guys were like. I think it's almost unprecedented that you have something like this where you have people actually still serving active duty military. I mean, the lieutenant colonel, and this is now a 3-star general. So Michael Kelly, who plays Gary Valesky, he called me and said, what's he like? Tell me everything about him. Jeremy did the same thing, and we talked about that. When Michael finally met Gary Valesky, I think Michael was more starstruck than Gary Valesky. He's like, oh, it's the man. And they both, and then General Valesky called me and goes, that Michael Kelly, he's a good dude. So
that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, and thank you for all of this.
Thank you for sharing this space.